understand why you stay. All your shots have scored. No, scratching at the scars you left on my skin. We fight and we fall and we rise through it all till we find what we want and we lose it back.
Okay guys, hey, it's Karen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hello. I'm really glad you clicked on this video. I do hope by the end you will decide to subscribe. And I'd love to get to know you. So comment down below, hello, tell me your favorite color, all that jazz, and say hi to my wonderful gem squad down there. Okay, so obviously I'm made up, but our skin does not always behave. It just doesn't. So I wanted to put together some kind of quick video to show you guys that you can still get a nice look and get your makeup right even when you have breakouts and bad days and all that stuff. Alright, so that's what this video is about. If you're interested, then keep on watching. So, your skin is not behaving. And that's nothing new for some of us. So here's what you need to do. Exfoliate. If you have the microdermabrasion tool that I've shared with you guys in the past that I use and been using for well over 6-7 years, go ahead and use that. Get rid of the dead skin cells, smooth things out. Be careful over any, what do you call it? Any open skin while using it. Now what we need to do, that our skin is soft and it's been exfoliated, you can also use a gentle exfoliant, that's fine, is to put either a vitamin E or tea tree oil helps, or even a moisturizing like Murad acne spot treatment. You can use that too. What I'm going to put on my face is Clara's New York Serum plus vitamin E and retinol. Now, many people probably wouldn't put retinol over broken skin, but this is so gentle, and I'm going to be left with a scar, obviously, so this is going to actually help with that. Alright, so now that I've got that on here, oh, this mirror doesn't work. What I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this Murad treatment on it as well. It's just like a gel. What we're trying to do is we're going to do our makeup and we don't want the texture. So we have to make sure that this area here is healed or get it to the point where it will heal before we put any makeup or anything on it. So that is what I'm doing. And because sometimes you just have to wear makeup. You just don't want to go out looking like that, you know? Showing everybody your breakout. What you want to do too is grab your primer. And I'm going to use more than one primer today. I've got the one with silicone actually holds in the moisture, and we do not want this area drying out because then our makeup is going to get cakey and it's not going to look right. So I've got the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Putty Primer, and then I have the Professional Primer is to use. That's what we're going to do today. Alright, I've got two mirrors. One has my 10 times magnification, and the other one, I wish it worked better. Okay. Added light. Get out my primer. And I'm going to put on this Acne Fighting Putty Primer first. We're going to put it right over this. Now, silicone, you never want to use too much silicone. This is a silicone-based primer, and you don't want to use too much because even though it'll hold in the moisture, it can also cause a breakout. Even though this is acne fighting, still, you want to be careful not to put too much. I'm just going to put it where I would be a little dry. And massage it in. Okay, and let that sit for a minute. Then I'm going to go ahead and go in with my favorite pore filling primer. Oh, I still have some of this primer. There we go. And we're going to gently tap that in and then massage it in. It's going to fill in large pores and make your face a nice smooth canvas. Thank goodness for makeup, especially with days like today. Now, have you guys used a moisturizer that doesn't break out your skin? I've been going through my stash of moisturizers trying to use up some of the ones that I got, not to be wasteful, and it's causing breakouts. I almost forgot at this point which moisturizer doesn't cause breakouts for me because I've been using so many just to try to get them used up, you know? So let me know if you know of a moisturizer that does not cause breakouts. Okay, at this point, 10 times magnification helps to make sure our skin is nice and soft. There's no dry areas. And you're ready for foundation. Also check to make sure you've put the primer in the areas that you need it, where you have large pores. Okay, if you have no dry spots, you are ready to go to the next step, which is using a color corrector. So I have not tried the Dragon Beauty one that I received a long time ago yet, so I'm going to go ahead and try this one out today. Green cancels out the red, which is what we want. Okay. I want to make sure that it's absorbed in the skin, but that the skin is still soft because we don't want texture. And you want to do this after you do your primer. You just want to make sure that it's blended into the skin, so when you put your foundation over it, you don't have a mixture of the two of them and then it causing cakiness or dryness or you being able to see right through it, you know? So this one here is just like super red. I'm going to go ahead and start with some foundation and see how I do. I may have to go in with some concealer. We'll see. Okay, so I've got my beauty blender. I would recommend a dry sponge for right now. I have one of my favorite foundations, the Lancome Teint Ultra Wear. And I have the 420 Bisque Neutral and the 260 Bisque Neutral. And my body is a little more tanner than my face. I haven't been tanning my face since I use glycolic acids because I would burn. So my foundation's gonna look dark for a second, but that's okay. I'm gonna put a dot here, and then what I'm gonna do is press it into the skin and gently go over that green spot. This foundation that I'm using is not full coverage. So now with a damp beauty blender, we're going to go in and put another coat of it. Go ahead and put a little bit of the lighter color in here too, so I can properly match the shade that I'm at right now. Okay. Begin to press it into the skin. You want to avoid putting the foundation right on this spot. Put it here and then work its way over because you don't want it to bunch up, so to speak, right there. It's like a dead giveaway. And I don't put foundation right underneath my eyes because I am over 40 and I'm gonna put concealer there anyway, so there's no point in layering foundation and concealer together. Okay, so right now we are good. I have covered everything. Gonna grab my concealer. I've been using the Catrice Liquid Camouflage. I'm gonna put some on. I'm gonna take the other side of my sponge that I have not used yet, and we're just gonna blend this out. It may be helpful to use an eye cream beforehand. I did put one on this morning, so I should be good. But that'll help with the concealer not falling into lines. Okay. It's a lot of work, right? We are by no means done. What we've got to do at this point is grab some powder, and we want to use a powder that matches our skin tone, not something that's translucent, because it'll give us a bit of extra coverage that we need. I like to go in with Bare Minerals. I have the neutral tan shade. Okay, put a little bit in the cap. We are going to need a brush that has flexibility. Let me grab one so I can show you. I really like this Alamar brush. It's different, and I love it for putting powder foundations on. I love it for putting any type of powder, really. It really helps get things even. Probably the way the bristles are and the thickness of the brush. All right, so I've got some of my foundation, my Bare Minerals, in this lid here, and I'm just going to swirl around this brush. And what I'm going to do is kind of tap it in at first. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit more in the cap. Now I'm gonna buff it, but push it in when I get to the points where I have my blemishes. At this point, you may want to use a blurring powder, because that'll help. I'm going to let this powder sink in, well, these minerals, and get my brows done. Okay, so I went on to finish my makeup so I could go and start my day and grab some coffee and all that stuff. I'm in my 4th cup, I think. Can you tell? Okay, so those are my tips for not having textured skin and for getting rid of blemishes when our skin does not behave. Now, is there anything you can add? Put that down in the comments, and if there's any questions at all you have, put that there too. I look forward to reading them, and I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would, and say hello to me down in the comments. Tell me your favorite color so I can connect with you. I will see you guys really, really soon in another video. Bye!